let me go ahead and welcome in our very first interview with the Browns Backers organization, Tony and Austin of the Black Forest Browns Barkers, courtesy Riverside FM.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Tony and Austin, how are you today?
Doing well. How are you?
We're doing great. It's opening day.
Absolutely. So we're meeting today. It's a busy Labor Day. You can see how hard this organization works. Even on a holiday, these guys are sitting down and doing interviews. So it's awesome. So hope you guys both had a good holiday. Just wanted to kind of jump in. Like I said, this is going to be something new, a new segment for us this year, talking to Browns backers organizations all over the country and all over the globe. Really, this is a huge organization. We respect a lot of what you guys do because this fan base is so tuned in, and they just take this so much more seriously than I think the casual fan does. So always excited to talk to the Browns backers group. So to get started, why don't you guys tell me a little bit about your chapter? And it seems like this is a newer chapter. Did you guys actually start it yourselves?
Yeah. I'll let Tony take the floor on this as the president of the Browns Barkers here.
Yeah, so, I started this chapter in 2019 with an email out to some friends and family, and pretty quick, we had about 80 founding members that came together to join this chapter with similar to what the Cleveland Browns backers mission statement is just to get together, raise some money for local funds and charities, and support our beloved Cleveland Browns. So we're almost 5 years in. We're starting our fifth year right now. And we've donated over $70,000 so far to different local charities. We do scholarships at Brush High School, which is right here in our community. We run a youth camp for children ages 8 to 14, a free youth camp every summer. And, we get together at the Black Forest here in South Euclid, watch the games. We do some major events each year, like week one, we're raising money for the Cleveland Browns Foundation. And we do fill the squad with the South Euclid Fire Department for the Harvest for Hunger and Cleveland Food Bank. So we've done a lot of good things so far. We have just over 250 members. I think we're second in Ohio, top 10 in the world in terms of members. And we have $40 fee that a new member pays, $30 renewal after that, and then we do squares and 50-50, and that's pretty much how our money comes in. And then we have a donation process where any member can, through our website, put a recommendation in, and then we vote on it at our 3 chapter meetings per year, and that's how we disperse our funds. And, Austin is one of our senior officers, and he's our digital coordinator that does all our Facebook, Instagram, website, all our flyers, helps out with a lot of events. So I'll let him talk a little bit about some of the other cool stuff we do.
Yeah. So like Tony said, I was a founding member as well back in 2019. And I mean, the organization is just great. The chapter in South Euclid here is great. Tony puts on a lot of events that gets the members involved. Every year we do a tailgate party at the Black Forest, which is our viewing location of where we watch the games at. So we'll have all the members there, throw a big party for them. And that's kind of like our kickoff to the year. We had to move it out a little bit this year because of the away scheduling so it's going to be the Seattle game. But that's kind of like our big kickoff for the year. We also do a lot of good events such as like rib cook-off, chili cook-off, just get more members involved. And that's the great thing. We get a lot of people that come up to watch the games on Sundays. We do a lot of great events for the members as well. But one of my favorite things that we do every year, and this more goes on the line of like giving back and donations. And so around the holidays, we'll reach out to families around the local area in South Euclid here. And we'll raise money throughout the year, and around Christmas time, it's called Barkers Give Back. So we'll raise money in December around one of the games that are near the holiday season, and we'll have a fundraiser that day. And also throughout the year, we continue to raise money. And we'll pick around 5 to 7 families, I believe, in the area. We'll go directly to their homes, deliver gifts, gift cards, everything like that. just to help assist these families in the need during the holidays. And it's just one of my favorite things. I've gone with Tony and a couple other members as well on the board to deliver these gifts to families as well. And it's just such a humbling and great experience. And, there's that fun side where we have events and we do the rib cook-off, chili cook-off, tailgate party. We're also doing a trip to Indianapolis this year for the game as well. But then there's also that side as well where we continually give back to the community. And it's just been an awesome experience.
Wow. You guys are involved in a ton of stuff. And I think that's one of the things that goes overlooked a little bit, just with the Browns backers in general, is how dedicated that these chapters are to their communities. You just outlined a ton of really awesome initiatives there. Now, can I ask? Do you guys have backgrounds in this kind of? That's a whole. It's one thing to be a Browns fan and to get together with like-minded individuals, but this is a whole operation.
So
you again.
Yeah, in my personal life and my professional life, I do a lot of different events, and I've been in leadership my whole life. So I'm pretty good at bringing people together, and but we have a 16-member leadership team, which I'm pretty sure is the biggest out of any Browns backers. So it's a whole operation. Mm-hmm. And on top of the 16 leaders that meet before every event, we have members that aren't on the leadership team that show up and run events. For example, one thing that we didn't mention yet, we do a South Euclid cleanup day. And I started it the first year and I kind of ran it. And you get to a point where if the same people are doing the same events and two involved, eventually you can't keep growing. So two of our members, husband and wife duo, they said, let me take that over. And now they send out the emails. They get the donations to feed our members. And we show up once a year in April, and we walk the streets wearing our Browns clothes, and we just pick up trash in parks and on main roads. So the more of our members that get involved, the more we can do. And when any member has an idea, we're like, tell us what you need support with, and we'll help support it through our platform, through our email and our social media. And there's nothing we can't do for this community. It is a lot. We have Austin also designs our apparel, and we just released 11 new items this past Sunday at our chapter meeting. Not yesterday, but the last Sunday. And we already got 3 more from suggestions that we're adding on. So we have about 22 right now, different apparel items. Wow. I don't know if you're seeing it, but Austin's wearing one of the new ones. I have, the polo, the old polo. This is our older logo. It's a lot of work, but we do have, Austin mentioned, we have fun doing it. We definitely tip a few back when we're meeting together, and we have fun watching the game and cheering on our Browns. And certainly we're ready for a Super Bowl run this year. That's going to make it more fun.
Absolutely. No, again, just congratulations to the whole organization. The amount of, initiatives you've outlined there, cleanup days and things, the amount that you've raised for different charities and the Browns Foundation. That is incredible. So that is really awesome. Certainly.
Thank you.
To have a membership group that large, I would have just a question about, do you find that you had, you say 230 or so actual members?
It's like 254 right now.
250. So do you find that when you have these big events, do you have more than that group come out, or is it just really that core group of around 200 or so individuals that come out for these things?
So we have members. One of our founding members lives in Las Vegas. A lot of our members want to be part of the good that we're doing in the community. So they don't all come watch the game with us. We probably have, I would say,
50 to 80%.
50 to 80%, show up. But we also have non-members that come and watch the game with us. They buy our squares. They buy our 50-50. Sometimes our non-members support us more than our members because they're buying our squares, they're buying our 50-50. They're coming. Most of our events, you can come as a non-member and pay a little bit of a fee. You can come watch any game with us at Black Forest, and we're going to welcome you. You don't have to pay to be there. You're just enjoying as a non-member. But when we do, like he said, our tailgate party, our rib cook-off, some of those events where there's a little bit of flash going on, it's a $10 fee. We give away, T-shirts to our first 50 people for our tailgate party. So that if you come, you could pay a non-member fee of $10. We did just have Josh Cribbs join us at our meeting last Sunday and spoke to our. So we made that exclusive just to members because we wanted to keep it. And he signed autographs, took pictures with every single member, and he spoke and answered questions. He was amazing.
Wow. Yeah, Josh is one of the good ones. He's good for that kind of thing. I think that's one of the interesting things too about the backers in general is you have this kind of core organization that gets together, loves the Browns, and then sometimes you're kind of with these events almost insulated by the second layer of non-members that really kind of grows just your reach for all the things you're trying to do. So that's really awesome to hear. So talk to me a little bit about, do you guys schedule specific games during the year where you try to get out to the stadium, or are you guys at Black Forest every Sunday for the games?
Yeah, so good question. We don't do anything on the Browns Barkers chapter downtown because a lot of us have, either season tickets or go to most of the games. But we have to, per our agreement with the Cleveland Browns, to be a backer, we have to have the viewing location set. So we're not trying to drive traffic away from our viewing location. But on a personal level, are you guys going to be down there for every game, by the way?
We'll be a hit or miss for a few things. We were down there for a couple of preseason games earlier, the Redskins game earlier, the Commanders game earlier in the preseason.
If you want to join us October 1st, so way before the Browns Barkers became, I've been doing a tailgate down there once a year, one big game, couple hundred people, we cook out breakfast sandwiches, music. So if you guys want to join a really good party, come join us on October 1st.
A lot of Barkers are there too.
Yeah, a lot of our members are there, but we didn't want to make it an official Barkers event because then we're driving traffic away from our viewing location.
Mm-hmm. Sure. No, it sounds like it can't miss. We'll see what we can do to get down there that day. With an organization this well run, I'm sure it's going to be pretty spectacular. All right. Well, no, I appreciate you outlining some of the different things that you guys are involved in, all the different initiatives. Really, really cool stuff. But I did want to just jump in real quick and just get your guys' thoughts about the upcoming season. Obviously, I think we've all been, itching, ready to go through this really long off season and preseason. But we're finally here, week 1. What's the expectations from the Barker side?
I'm feeling good. I don't want to set too high expectations right now, but I think we finally have the pieces. We've said that for years, like back to the Baker era. We've said that we have the pieces, and it just always seems like there was something missing. But this year, I think we finally have it. I think Schwartz was a great addition to the defense. All the signings with Dalvin Tomlinson trading for Zadarius Smith. MJ Emerson seems to be growing. I think we finally hit on a few draft picks. We'll see, but I think the defense was just dominant in the preseason for the most part, besides the KC game. But I'm not going to judge you based on the second half with the starters not playing.
Sure.
But it seems like they finally have it together. Obviously, a lot of it's going to come down to if Deshaun's back or not, if he can get back to his true self. But I have high expectation, or I'm not setting those high expectations yet. But I think this is finally, hopefully, the year. So
based on Deshaun's preseason and what we saw in 6 games last year, where do you think he is right now?
I liked his performance against Kansas City. He had that one underthrown ball to Elijah Moore, but he seems more comfortable in the pocket. Yeah, he seemed a little iffy last year, not as comfortable. There was just a lot coming back from the suspension that I'm sure he just wasn't fully there. But I think he's finally – I liked what I saw in the preseason, although it was a very small sample size. I think he can get back to being – what we've heard in camp is he's basically been lights out from all the reporters that are there, I follow all the reporters basically on Twitter or X now. So I pay close attention during the practices. They all said he's looked sharp. I think he can get back to his true self this year, especially with all the weapons we have. I think Chubb will definitely help ease that for him a little bit too. But with Moore, Cooper, and Njoku, Peoples-Jones, I mean, I feel like we have it. I'm a little worried about the running backs behind Chubb, but we'll see. I think he can get back.
Yeah, I'm with Austin in my excitement. I got us at 12-5, and we have the pieces, and there's a lot of good teams in the AFC. But I definitely think we're going to show up really well in our division. Definitely win 2 out of our first 3 division games out of the first 4 weeks. I really got us beating Cincinnati week 1, and then getting off to a good start. But Deshaun, those 6 games last year, that was a weird year for him.
Yeah.
And the preseason, he's ready to go. I mean, evidence, the team voting him team captain, that's because of his leadership and how he shows up and his work ethic. And, I think our offense can be so spread. How are you going to stop us? There's so many things we can do, from a run or play action. And then, not to compare him to Patrick Mahomes, but Deshaun can break down some plays and do some pretty cool stuff as well. And, I just think we're going to play well. I mean, and Austin mentioned the defense. The run defense, under Schwartz has been proven to give up less than 100 yards a game. And we have some core safeties and defensive backs that are going to help that. I mean, NFL is about scoring, and we're going to put up the points we need to. And I think our defense will put us in some really good, favorable position. So deep run into the playoffs, and I already mentioned Super Bowl once, but I'm an old school guy. I'm a little older than Austin, so I'm not afraid to mention Super Bowl.
No, I love it. I love the optimism. I love the breakdown, the analysis there. What do you see as the biggest headwind for the Browns this year? Is there a particular concern, something that is on your mind at night?
I mean, I think it just comes down to the quarterback. I really, like I said, I have high expectations for Watson, but if he can't make that leap through first 4 weeks, by week 5, if he doesn't seem back, I would get a little worried then. I'm not giving Stefanski a ticking clock. I think he'll make it throughout the year, but we have to see just in terms of expectations if they meet the expectations. If he's around next year, I like Stefanski. I've liked him, but that's my biggest concern. I think just kind of something that keeps me up at night is just if we're going to finally have that answer at quarterback. It's been 23 years of that, 24 years of that. I mean, are we finally going to have that answer?
Yeah, and I'll jump in with Stefanski. I think 20 wins in 2 seasons is third best from a Browns head coach, which is pretty solid. I wish he wasn't calling the plays, though. I wish he could be more into the full game. So if anything keeps me up at night is the play calling and decision making and, some things that we scratch our heads out on Monday morning. So, I hope that, he has that figured out as a third-year coach and, we're going to put ourselves in a position to win.
Yeah, I would say if Stefanski's here at the end of the season, it's a good thing, right? Because they probably won the football games. If he's not, right, things went south for us. Yeah. No, again, appreciate the breakdown, guys. This has been awesome. Really appreciate you jumping on and spending some time with us. If you have, is there a particular place, if you have prospective members or people that would like to learn more about your organization or join your organization, that they should go to find more information?
Yeah, so you could follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram is just Browns Barkers, all one word. On Facebook as well, you will have to send a friend request, but Browns Barkers as well. Those are the main 2 platforms that we're on right now. There's a link in our description that heads you towards just the Browns Backers Worldwide website to sign you up for our chapter. If anyone's interested, we'd love to have you. We love welcoming new members. But yeah, those are the main 2 platforms that we are on at this time, just Instagram, Facebook. So.
And then also, if you just Google Browns Barkers, the Wix site is the easiest way to get to our website.
True, yep.
A lot of information on there, my contact information, and any questions. But we definitely want to keep growing. What we're doing here, and certainly want to learn more about some of the needs in the community on how we can show up. Because 4 of our games each year we special. we raise money for special foundations. So this week it is Cleveland Browns Foundation. I told you about, the fill the squad with the fire department. We still have 2 that we haven't even chosen yet. So, we're here to help the community, and we have a lot of people out there willing to help, not just our members, but a lot of people follow us and support us because of all the good we've done in the last 4.5 years. So.
Sounds like it. Again, this is quite the operation. Certainly, if it's you're in the area and you're interested, these sound like 2 really good guys to reach out to if you want to get involved, because they are doing a ton. Again, appreciate the time this afternoon, guys. Really appreciate the South Euclid Browns Barkers for joining us today. Any final words, any final thoughts from your guys' end about this season, or anything just coming up that you guys want to make sure is on people's calendars?
Super Bowl's won. The second week of February.
There's going to be one heck of a party at Black Forest when we go to the Super Bowl. But no, thanks for having us. Check us out. Stop up on a Sunday, visit Black Forest. We will welcome you with open arms, whether we're having an event or just watching the game. But we want to meet you. Come say hello.
Yeah, and if you follow us on social media too, through Facebook or Instagram, you'll see all our upcoming events. All our upcoming events are on our website too, so feel free to check that out as well. But thank you so much.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, this is the South Euclid Browns Barkers. Thank you for listening to the Burning River Sportscast. Go Browns!
All right, so awesome to talk to those guys out there in South Euclid. Obviously involved in a ton of different things. Hopefully you enjoyed that interview. There are, like I said, more on the way all season long as we will roll out the Burning River Sportscast red carpet to each of these groups to make sure we can get a feel for what each of these organizations is doing and how they're having fun with their prospective chapters and the things that they're doing in the community as well.